Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Marketing Matters. I'm Sarah Touchstone, Landmark Title's social media marketing strategist and educator. We've got Taylor Leathers with us on today. We're really excited too because Taylor is she's in the mortgage industry, but she's in Reno, Nevada. That's right, guys. We're a Phoenix-based company with Landmark Title, but some of you guys might not know that we are in Nevada as well. We've got an office in Reno and Las Vegas. So we're so excited to have, one of the other areas that we are in on and represented today. Donna out of our Reno office invited Taylor on today, and she's got some amazing content that she's going to share with us regarding my personal favorite subject, which is social media, right? It's in my title. So I am particularly fond of this, and I'm really excited to learn more about some of the different ways we can create content, because it is a never-ending battle. Like, you've got to constantly stay on top of creating content when it comes to social media. But we all know that it's really important when it comes to marketing our business. So Taylor, tell us a little bit more about yourself, and we're excited to have you on.
Thank you. So I am a mortgage advisor here in Reno, and I've been in the industry just about 7 years now, and in finance for almost 10 years. And then in the last year, I switched companies that allowed me to be able to work on my personal brand, and I've dived into social media and learned a lot. And thankfully, I'm on a team that has shared that with me. And I like to share it with my partners because my goal is to help people in general. And if I can help my partners bring in more business, it just makes us all more successful as a whole.
Awesome.
Yeah. So today I'm going to go over creating content and how it has really become my best direct to consumer marketing. And it's probably easier than you think it is to get going on it. So let me share my screen.
Easy and fun, right?
Yeah.
I think social media is one of those, when you get into the process of doing it, you can really have a lot of fun with it.
You really can, and you can show who you are, right? And that's the most important part to me. Is I want people to know me, because people work with the people that they trust, and the more I can show who I am, the better.
Exactly.
All right. So, can you see it? Yep.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
All right. So let's just start with the why. So what is your why, and why would someone want to work with you over any other realtor in the business? When you sit down and figure this out, you'll come up with at least 10 content ideas. Like you, I'm in a very crowded space. There's thousands of lenders promoting themselves on Instagram and TikTok and talking about how they have the best rates, the best programs, the fastest closing times. Now, I've been in the business likely longer than most of them, but that doesn't give me any kind of advantage. What matters is what I'm doing today. What videos am I posting today to show what's special about me and what advantages that I have in this very moment? So to get your wheels turning, here's how I figured out my unique selling advantage. I thought about how I got here today. I thought through being homeless at just 17 and how hard it was for me to learn about money. I mean, why is it that general education seems to keep money as a secret, but we've all dissected a frog? This translates into my business because I am completely clear and transparent with my clients. I tell them everything and I keep nothing hidden. I will also fight for them the way I fought for myself. So this means that if I promise that something is going to happen, it's going to happen no matter my personal stress. And this is usually where I joke about my digestive system, but it doesn't typically land well. So once you've come up with your why, you want to narrow that down to a one-line mission statement and put it into your bio and even into your signature line so it can link everything up. You also shouldn't have a separate business page and personal page because you're not a realtor who happens to be a human. You're a human who happens to be a realtor along with many other things simultaneously. And this is how people will get to know you. Sorry, played that twice. There we go. So you want to practice speaking normally and being yourself. I highly suggest using the Marco Polo app with your friends and challenging yourself to film a video every day for 10 days, whether that's a market update, a cool restaurant that you went to that your community should check out, or just how your day is going. Now, you don't have to post these videos, but you'll get extra credit if you do. And you can start with making your stories. And your stories is where people really feel connected to you. It'll also get you used to seeing yourself on video and hearing your own voice, which for me was really hard because, I don't know, just hearing your own voice is always a hard thing, I think.
It is. Video seems to be the hardest thing for everyone.
Right. So no one wants to be sold to. So give away helpful information because the best way to turn an audience into a client is when they learn something from you. And ideas really are everywhere. So keep your notes app, have a running tab of ideas that come up throughout the day during your job, while you're reading news. For me, I even have voice memos because a lot of mine come to me while I'm driving, and driving and typing isn't the safest thing to do. But it really helps because when you sit down to write your content and write a script, because it should be intentional and you want to have a good hook, and that will tie in a little bit later. But you can also write these scripts all together and then you can batch shoot. So you want to shoot just a few videos at once. And the algorithm on Instagram actually favors videos that are not professionally produced. So get yourself a tripod, shoot on your phone with a decent light and a microphone. My whole setup is about $150 and well, $200 if you include this bookshelf back here to give myself depth. But it saves you a lot of money and the algorithm favors it. So the other important thing is you don't need to look perfect. Just like you need to sound like yourself, you need to look like yourself. We all know someone who has a headshot that looks nothing like them. But if you've ever worked with a client that you didn't meet, you want them to be able to recognize you on the street, and this is the best way to do it. So the way that you post the video is actually just as important as how you shoot it. So you have 3 seconds to stop the scroll. People have a very short attention span, and that's why it's really important to have that strong hook that you came up with, as well as letting that be captioned on the screen for the first few seconds of the video. Then you're going to want to choose a song that goes with the video, but be sure to adjust the audio so it's not overpowering your voice and isn't too loud, because that'll automatically make me scroll. Then you're going to want to make sure that everything fits on the grid correctly, and be sure to pick your cover photo because it loves to choose like the funkiest photo that looks like you have a funny face filter on. So make sure you choose your photo that you want on your cover. And then the last step will be expanding the caption. So like I said, people don't have a large extent or a long attention span. So you can entice them with the video. And then if they're really interested, they'll read down into your caption where you can elaborate more, and be sure to add like 3 to 5 hashtags that are relevant to the video that you're posting, so it's searchable. So this is an example of one of my videos, so you can kind of see how it comes together.
Here's how a recession can create millionaires. During a recession, people and companies get scared and stop spending as much money.
So you can see where like my voice is definitely louder than the music, and my hook doesn't match exactly what I'm saying, but it's getting people's attention if they're not seeing it start right away when they're looking at just the grid quickly. Now, why would you even bother doing this? It seems like it is a lot of work to come up with the ideas, write the scripts, then film the videos. But in reality, that doesn't take that long to do. And when you get a client, don't you take time to search them and make sure they're not a serial killer? Well, what makes you think that they're not doing that to you? When you're creating content, it's giving you credibility before you've even met your client. And you may not want to be an influencer, which is fine, but there's a difference between being an influencer and promoting your business online. You don't need to have 10,000 followers or 100,000 likes to be successful. You just want to stop running into people who just bought a home, not using you because they forgot that you are in real estate. And if you post a video and it gets 500 views, that's like making 500 calls. And instead of taking all day plus some to make 500 calls, you posted one 60-second video that maybe took you 2 hours to make. So this is an example of the reach that I had in the last 30 days, and I have less than 1,000 followers. So it's very easy, and your reach is worth it, that will turn into business. So video really has become an important part of business, and it goes well beyond social media. One-to-one video is really convenient and still really personal. I use it with every single one of my clients, but it's also a great option to put it into your signature on your email or in your monthly marketing emails. And you should definitely have one on your website so people feel like they get to know you. And then there's YouTube, which is the second most popular search engine that are nationwide. I think it's worldwide, actually. And you can repurpose the videos that you make for social media onto YouTube. And for myself, I'm really diving into YouTube this year because Google owns YouTube. When someone Googles you and you have YouTube videos, you will pop up. And for myself personally, I know that there's this thing that realtors give out 3 lenders, and I get, if I'm Googled and they see my video, then credibility, right? And then lastly, what are you going to do when you leave here today? I want you to start with the 10-day challenge. Film those videos every day for 10 days. Then you should challenge yourself to do 30 days. Make a reel, post a story, do a market update. Take action through video for 30 days straight, and you'll get used to it. Oh, sorry, I almost dropped my microphone. Too much hand movement. And then ultimately, like I said, my goal is to help people, and I want to help you. So if you want to schedule a time with me to go over more information, brainstorm content ideas, or even get the links to the gear that I use, you absolutely can. And if you scan this QR code, it will let you directly schedule onto my calendar. And that's it.
Awesome. Now, Taylor, where can they go to find out their insights? Because I think that's something, you know, we post a lot of times and then we walk away, or, you know, we'll monitor it for engagement. But can you expand a little bit more on where to find it and why it's important to really monitor your insights and how your account is doing?
Yeah. So the first step is making sure that you have the right type of account. If you have a personal account, you won't have account insights. And then there's an option for a business account or a creator account. When you go into the settings and you can choose what type of account you want, you'll want to choose creator account because this actually allows you to have more reach and better music. So it's important to have that. But once you have the correct account, you can, I wish I could screen share from my phone, but let me just look at it so I can explain it. So on Instagram specifically, you click on the right little circle button that's your profile, and then there's a professional dashboard that you'll click, and that's exactly where you'll see your account insights, and you can get very detailed on it to where like the last 7 days, even one video specifically. I like to track my individual videos by looking at just my grid. You click on your first video and then you can click view insights. There's a blue view insights, and this will tell you how many people watched it, but even better, how many people shared it or saved it. So a video can get like 10,000 likes, right? But if it's not producing anything for you, that's not helpful. What's really helpful and where you can see what videos are performing well is where they're saved and shared. And then you can reflect on that video. What did I say in this video? How did I say it? How fast was I going? Like really dive in. And then in your next video, you try to duplicate similar to that, not the same script, but that's how you can learn to continue to better up your content.
Awesome. And how much time a week, obviously, we know we need to make the content, but how much time a week would you recommend getting back in and checking the insights on your content?
When you post the video for the next 24 hours, I actually check it kind of frequently to see who shared it, because you can also see who shared it in their story. So if someone reshared it in their story, it's really important to me that I thank them for doing that, because obviously they found value. If I just shoot hey, thank you so much for sharing, maybe they have an additional question that they don't want to comment on. It opens that dialogue. So in the first 24 hours of posting, I'm pretty frequent. And then I do it at least once a week when I'm creating my content so I can reflect on it.
Awesome. That's all such great information, Taylor. Does anybody have any other questions for her? I mean, she covered this incredibly well. And out of the two, Instagram, Facebook, which one do you find you get the most engagement on?
It's actually switched recently. It started with Instagram. Instagram has been changing up their algorithm, and it has limited how far it reaches depending on your engagement with current followers. So my Facebook actually performs really well because I have a business and a personal on Facebook, but I just share it to both equally. And I get a lot more reach and engagement right now on Facebook when it used to be Instagram. It just flip-flops back and forth depending on what they're doing.
They really do, but they're both meta corporations. So you can create one, and that's what I love about, content too, is you can create one piece of content and then you can blanket all the social media platforms. And then you can go back in and you can figure out, where am I getting the most engagement? What type of content is getting the most engagement on different platforms too. I love teaching video classes like Instagram Reels, and I love teaching because it makes me go back in and do the things that we constantly are telling people to do. And it's amazing to see how one piece of content performs in different platforms, and then you can kind of tailor the content for those platforms and the engagement based around that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's constantly changing. So it's important to stay up on it and watch it change so you can evolve with it.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, if you guys have any other questions for Taylor, please let her know. Taylor, could you put your contact information down in the chat as well, in case anybody, especially our Reno people? I know that Donna said that Marketing Matters has actually been growing a lot of traction up in Reno. So just like I said, I'm over the moon that we got to have you on today, and that we got to kind of represent our Nevada offices. So if you guys have any questions, let us know, or you can even reach out to Taylor directly. I'm going to wrap up today with some of the other activities and classes that we have coming up over this next month. Whiskey Row Tours back on. So we not only do we have 7 offices here in the Valley, 2 offices in Nevada, we have an office up in Prescott as well. And they do a quarterly Whiskey Row tour. So this is Landmark Title tours. These are really fun. I was able to participate in the last one that they did back in November, I think it was, before it snowed for months up there. And this is really great. It's open to the public. It's open not only to realtors, but realtors, this is a great opportunity to invite your clients to something unique and fun and get some face time. Prescott is a town that's just full of history and information. So if you're up there or you want to head up there, check that out on tomorrow, February 9th. This one is starting at 1:15. And then we've got some CE classes coming up. Yes, get your CE classes in, guys. The next one that we have is tax code. It is tax season, right? So very timely. February 21st at 9 a.m. This is 9 to 12. It's going to give you 3 hours of legal issues. This one is hosted by Renee. So reach out to her, RSVP, if you would like to attend this one. This one is in person in Arrowhead at the Atrium. And that's February 21st. And then we've got a fraud class coming up. This is a really, really timely topic right now. There's a lot of fraud going on with wire transfers, and you definitely want to stay on top of this for your clients. So we're going to be hosting this with Matt McBride. He's with the Shattuck Companies, which is our overall parent company. This one's going to be February 22nd at 11 a.m. So 11 a.m. to 12:30 via Zoom. It's a free class. So scan the QR code or go to our bit.ly link to get registered for that. And then right after that, we're actually going to change the time on this so you can go to both. This one is going to start at 12:30. This is Wisdom Wednesday. This is hosted by Renee as well. And this is going to be about maximizing your open house. This is a subject that I will be on as the guest speaker, and open houses are back. We went through a couple of years where houses were just flying off the shelves and we didn't really need to do that. So if you're newer to the industry or you just want a refresher on really how to host an amazing open house and capitalize on these buyers, because we now are in a buyer's market, please attend. This one's on Zoom, February 22nd. And it's going to be at 12:30. So you can come to the fraud and stay for the open house. And then we're going to be doing another CE class. This one is going to be on Tuesday, February 28th. And it's going to be, this one is going to be, you can register on Eventbrite for this. And it's going to be a disclosure, I believe. So if you'd like to attend this one as well, get your tickets for it. February, this was 9 to noon on the 28th, also hosted by Renee. So get in there if you can. And then, of course, thank you to Taylor. It was great having you on today. And thank you to our business development management team. If you're not already working with them or you need some extra help with social media content creation too, we do free digital social media for our agents. So if you'd like some more content, if you'd like even just a partner to sit down and do video with you, this is your team right here. Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Patty, Michelle, and Prescott, Michael, and Renee, they can help you get stuff done. And then, of course, thank you to Landmark Title. As like I said, we have 7 offices here in the Valley, 1 in Prescott, 2 in Nevada. Taylor works with our Reno one. So if you guys are up in the Reno area, give Taylor a call, give Donna a call. They're an amazing team up there for you guys. And that's it for us today. So thank you all for coming. And Taylor, great stuff. I know that I was on my phone updating a few things while we were doing the presentation, because that's what it's all about. Take this information and sit down and, get into your content and really make that plan.
Yeah, it is. And thank you again for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Everybody have a great day.
Bye.